As you can probably tell from my previous video, I finished my first whole entire year of law school. I know, I'm just as surprised as you are. If you were to ask me what that whole experience was like, I would say that it was akin to my senior year of college, which was arguably the most difficult one, except this time it's on steroids ×2. Yeah, but so far I made it, albeit it was tremendously challenging for a dumbass such as myself, and more difficult because of Miss Rona. And as I celebrate this fact, I realize that it's short-lived because I actually took a peek at next semester's new subjects. And to give you a hint, they look a little bit like this, and a lot like this. So, what have I been doing? What have you been doing? Obviously, you can't talk back. So far, I've been recently blowing my money, my mom's money and my sister's money on online shopping for makeup and clothes. And I have an explanation for it. When I left from Makati to go back to my hometown, I left all my stuff, my good clothes, my makeup, all my hobbies there, thinking that I'd be back like in a month or so. It's been 4 months later, and I'm bored out of my mind, and I have no clothes, no makeup to play with, so I just borrowed from my sisters, or I bought new ones. Cheaper ones, obviously. You know, to kill the time. I just want to put it out there that I have no money left, and I have 3 parcels on the way to my house as we speak. One just arrived today, actually. I've also been doing a lot of pet care since I got here, because where I used to live, no animals were allowed, so now that I'm here, I'm basically just overcompensating. If you follow me on Instagram, you'd see that all of my posts are my pets, because I don't leave the house. You want to meet them? Let's start with Remy and Rima, and you can tell the difference between both of them depending on tail size. Remy has a shorter one and Rima has the stripes. Sarah, Sasha, who's a mother of 3 baby kittens born last month, namely Ice, the only boy, Dewey, and Rex Orange Country. Yes, with an R. The dogs, Gigi, Taco, Brownie, one rabbit, not a dog, Muji, Gray, Baby Girl, who's Gray's daughter, and Hershey, who's the mom, who also recently gave birth to 3 very cute little puppies a few weeks ago, but the paternity is still in dispute. Either it's Gray's or Muji's, and also they don't have names yet. Lastly, a special shout out to Max, who passed away 2 months ago, making that a total of 7 cats, 10 dogs, and 1 rabbit. Okay, back to the video. I also tried baking, like in my last video, and so far I've made a cake, cappuccino muffins, and my favorite, crepe puffs. I also tried to read leisurely, which was something that I've been dying to do in the last semester when I didn't have time. And now that I do have time, I suddenly could no longer stomach a block of text. I also spent a lot of my time in my room, usually doing nothing. Recently, I've also learned just how much of a shy person I really am. Turns out, I am afraid of online calls, whether in a group or with just another person. When someone invites me to a call, I usually just reject it, mostly by saying, I'm shy. And I love all my friends too. Like, I'm always there when they need to talk to me about something, but somehow the very idea of a call just scares me. It's not like I don't want to talk to them. It's more of a fear that they don't actually want to talk to me. It's just that they like the idea of talking to me at first, but then when it's actually happening, they somehow realize that I have nothing substantial to say to them, that I'm boring. And that's a really scary idea for someone who's afraid of socializing in general. I still try though. I've also been exploring a lot of Korean and Japanese indie music, so if you guys have any suggestions, maybe we could talk about that. And I've also done a lot of introspection. Since I've severed some relationships and formed new ones, I found that there's still a lot in me that needed recalibrating, improving, examining, and all the other verbs. I do still have a lot of traumatic experiences that still bother me, a lot of thinking my way in and out of things, and a lot of forgiving and forgetting. And I knew that I had these like a long time ago, it's just that the difference this time is my way of approaching them. I no longer sweep them aside thinking that ignoring them meant healing like I used to. And I also don't dwell on them too much like I used to. For the first time ever, and I'm hoping that this doesn't sound vague, I found the perfect balance for me. I spent enough time feeling everything that I needed to cope and then slowly worked my way to peace, which I now have, I think. Maybe it's my age. Maybe it was my troubling experiences. Maybe it was the sentimental and emotional media that I consumed these past 4 months. Maybe it was my friends who were always there for me. Or maybe it was time. Or maybe it was all of it. And of course I know that this isn't a permanent mindset, you know, like who knows, maybe next month, next semester, I would be an emotional wreck. But I do want to relish this every day while it's still here. And it's still here. There's no formula to it. It happened with effort and maybe some luck. Clearly it wasn't a straight line of progress. I mean, I fumbled constantly. But I did bank on the idea that it takes 21 days to form a habit. And I don't think that's actually true. But you know, placebo effect and stuff. So I banked on that and wanted to make this whole thing a habit. And I'm still working on that. But I can say that I'm better now than I was before. I'm hoping that this doesn't sound preachy though, like in my last vlog. In the end, everything that I mentioned doing, I did it all with love and with consideration to the person receiving it. And now I find that I became a more loving person to my pets, my friends, and my family, without having the need to tell them. Most importantly, I became a more loving person to, you guessed it, to me. And my K-pop boys. More, show ups!